Alright Maria, you're up next.
Your face, your voice, just your hair and clothes are different.
My name is Maria. I don't look like a ghost, do I?
Although we only got a smidge of footage of the new Maria in the Silent Hill 2 remake, we did get enough to be able to point out a few areas of concern with her new design. But let's just jump into the most contentious point first, shall we? The new outfit.
This whole town was our special place.
We can see from this still, as she doesn't really stay in frame long enough to really pick apart in the gameplay footage, we can see that Bloober team have covered up our girl Maria with this new jacket fitted with a belt. They moved her belly tattoo of the butterfly to her chest, got her in a more concealing dress, and modified her haircut and style slightly. The problem with doing this, and I'm going to assume it was because of the fear of sexualizing women and getting backlash these days, is that Maria's design was specifically sexualized for the purpose of the plot. She represents James's wandering lust for someone more exciting and promiscuous when Mary was sick and lashing out at him. Probably not looking her best either. As the second scenario from the director's cut edition of the original game put it, she was born from a wish. She's an incredibly nuanced character and her visual look was meticulously crafted to appeal to James in a very particular way. And people online are claiming that this new design is closer to Sato-san's original concept art, but that's what concept art is. It's unfinished, it's not the final product, it's early concept art. An artist and a fan on Twitter has posted this respectful and tasteful take on the new Maria, which I think is brilliant. It's not too overboard, and I think it's a great compromise between the original look and the new one. What do you guys think? Making her look like a regular NPC really detracts from her entire purpose as a plot device and just makes her look really bland and forgettable because of it. And also a feature that you'd usually need cheat codes for back in the day to activate, but big head mode seems to be permanently toggled on in this game for anyone who isn't James. No, not you. Your head is fine. Yes, her outfit was originally ripped from something Christina Aguilera once wore to an awards ceremony, but it was a very memorable and iconic part of the game. This new design just looks boring and wrong. James must have a really low bar of what women have to wear nowadays to get him pitching a tent, if you know what I mean. This isn't a case of, girl not hot in video game, I can't jerk off to this and I'm gonna get really angry on Twitter. Because trust me, I find that equally as pathetic as being terrified to make conventionally attractive characters in games too. This is a problem at the moment in the films and games industry. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna call it out. Companies are seemingly pandering to an annoyingly loud and obnoxious voice of a few people and then foolishly basing their entire properties around it, predicting it'll be the consensus of the majority. But as Disney and the like are fucking around and they're finding out, the people who demanded these ridiculous standards be met, they're not buying movie tickets and they're not buying the games. Or rather, there just aren't enough of them to turn a profit selling to. Or, and hear me out here, maybe they're just being mad for the sake of being mad online for social points. And they never cared in the first place. This really is a go broke situation here, folks, and it's quite upsetting. I can only imagine it was Bloober team using Hit Detection, a consulting company, much like Sweet Baby Inc., which had a hand to play in this redesign. I really hope I'm wrong about that because I don't see a reason these companies keep getting used to advise on quite strong parts of a game's design when the feedback from the majority of fans is so obviously negative towards it. No one wants social political messaging shoehorned into the games we play. Gaming is an escape from reality. Why do we need the constant and cringy reminders of the real-world social landscape as we play them? This myth of a modern audience is a complete fallacy. Just make great stories, which include all genders and races and whatever you like, but just make them good, believable stories. Not a checklist of inclusion in hopes that people think you're progressive. It comes across forced and phony always. People see through it, even those you think that you're winning over by doing it. But anyway, sorry, I just had to get that off my shoulders. Back to Maria. She was even deliberately made flawed and not perfect in the original to really bring her to life and make her believable. Takayoshi Sato, who was a hero by the way on Silent Hill 2, really poured care and attention into her design, from the way he describes her in this clip from the behind the scenes of the OG Silent Hill 2.
She's not perfect. If you take her pictures, sometimes her face is like that. It's not perfect, but if always she's perfect, I guess you want love her. You are in love with her because she's human.
But on top of the new outfit choice, Maria in the Silent Hill 2 remake is being criticised for looking nervous or anxious in the footage that we got from that extended gameplay trailer. Now, I'm not sure if those complaining have a foggy mind or you just haven't played Silent Hill 2. But at this point in the story, Maria does change attitude a lot. It's here at the Brookhaven Hospital that Maria starts to get sick, much like Mary, and she needs a little lay down. She starts saying how much she depends on James, even though just earlier at the bowling alley and the strip club, she came across like a very independent and self-assured woman. So I don't have an issue with her body language in this trailer actually, as we haven't seen her when she's peak Maria yet. The scene where we meet her for the very first time should be a very different Maria to the one that we get by the time we're at the hospital. The new voice work is actually pretty decent though, I thought. It really will be a test of Salome's skills once we hear the Maria behind bars scene, and of course Mary's letter at the end of the game. But from what I hear so far, I think all the voice work is quite strong, to be honest. If they can do something about the head being a bit too big for the body, and ideally an outfit change, I think everything else will fall into place here. But what do you guys think about this version of the mysterious Maria for the remake? Let me know in the comments. Will Konami and Bloober team listen to the fans and modify this boring redesign of Maria to be more faithful to the original? There's actually new info from a Famitsu interview recently reporting how Bloober team actually pushed for the game to stick closer to the original on many features for the remake, despite Masahiro Ito and Akira Yamaoka wanting to make changes. So why this change to Maria? I'll be going into that very article in another video more thoroughly, also into the actual gameplay of Silent Hill 2 Remake, so if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do that with the noties on so you don't miss out. Like this video for me if you can, guys, and I'll see ya when I'm looking at ya. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.